Well, in 2006, that's when you and Donald Trump actually collaborated on the book, Why We Want You to Be Rich, Two Men, One Message.
Boy, you've done your work. This is this book right here.
There we go.
So, I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, I know he says things he shouldn't say. But his sons and I became even better friends, Don Jr. and Eric. And you can tell the people from their children, if you know what I mean. So when I meet people with screwed up children, it means something screwed up in the marriage, probably. But Donald Trump, and his, I was supposed to write the third book with him, and so I forgot, 2015 or something. I says, "No, I'm going to run for president." And like I said, my poor dad ran for lieutenant governor for the same reason. And I went,
right, because, well, in 2011, you guys wrote the second book, which is Midas Touch, Why Some Entrepreneurs Get Rich and Why Most Don't.
Midas Touch, sure.
There we go.
And it's all to educate, you know what I mean? The same thing you and I do. We educate. Oprah did the same thing. I don't think Oprah would support Donald Trump, but anyway, we do it out of because our heart says to do it. And we're good at doing it.
Well, when you have this much success, there's always going to be criticism.
Of course.
One of the criticisms is about, not getting a formal education and so forth. And the criticism basically goes that if you look at almost every study out there, they say the more education you have, that will translate into a higher net worth. When you look at, for example, people who have a high school diploma versus people that have a college diploma, they make roughly $1 million more with a college diploma than with a high school diploma. There's always going to be exceptions. There's always going to be the Bill Gates who drop out of Harvard and, the high school dropouts and so forth who become billionaires. But as a whole, education, there is a correlation to your overall earning potential through your lifetime. Would you agree with that or disagree?
No. The only question I ask, I don't agree or disagree. Education is very important. You and I are educators.
Right. Yeah. I have a college degree from UC Berkeley. I have a computer science degree, for example. Right. And, when I look at my company, I remember at one point I thought, I should have wasted my time at Berkeley. I should have just gone into music right away or entertainment, and I missed a head start. But now, when Vlad TV is 15 years old, so much of Vlad TV is a tech company as much as it is a content company. And what I learned at Berkeley has translated and given me an edge over all my competitors who don't have a engineering background. So for me, I think education is very important. And I don't feel like I wasted my time or my money going to school. But you wrote your first book saying you shouldn't go to school.
Now, what I'm saying is what the school teach you about money.
Okay.
And look, I grew up in a family of PhDs. So they're highly educated poor people. PhD stands for poor, helpless, and desperate. And that's why I talk about my father running for lieutenant governor, and he lost. He ran against the governor. The governor fired him and said, "You'll never work in this state again." So I'm in college at the time at the academy, and my poor dad is now broke. PhD didn't help him. And so I'll ask everybody this question is, again, what did school teach you about money? Answer is nothing. That's not a mistake, Vlad. It's part of the Communist Manifesto. And that's why I said earlier, if you read Marx's book, the Communist Manifesto, it's only 50 pages. You'll find out the first things that there was, and this is 1848, Marx says, communism would invade America in 2 stages. Stage 1 happened in 1930, it's my opinion, because he was already dead by 1930. It's happened when Columbia University's Teachers College invited in Marxist teachers from Germany. And then I believe, it's my opinion, and I'll take the heat for this. It happened in 2020 when my friend Donald Trump loses re-election to this guy, where in the world is Joe Biden? I think Biden's one of the biggest criminals we've ever had, the Biden crime family. And I don't say I'm not talking about what he says, what is he doing? And that's why I said to you is my background is oil. I have a tanker's officer's degree from Kings Point. I understand oil. So 2020, the moment he got elected, the first thing Biden did was cut down the Keystone XL pipeline, which sent oil price. I was selling oil. I sell oil. I mean, I own oil wells. It's a good investment. So I was selling oil in 2020 at $30 a barrel. It went to $130 a barrel within a week. And immediately I knew what he was doing. He was crushing the middle class. They need to wipe out the middle class, Vlad. And that's what Marx said also. So when the middle class is toast, all you have is two classes of people, rich and poor. And our civilizations run on oil. Could you imagine if you didn't have electricity or this and all that? Energy is what drives our civilization. And the first thing that son of a bitch Biden did was cut off our oil. And then guess what? He cuts us out of Afghanistan. And when that happens, Saudi Arabia, just look at the facts, not what the guy is saying. When Afghanistan, he pulled us out of Afghanistan, so many people got wiped out. We left $9 billion there or something. And immediately Saudi Arabia, guess who they joined? They joined Russia. So now our price of oil going is up, and then Biden tries to buy oil from Venezuela. Watch what he does, not what he says. So, but oil is through the roof because he's a Green New Deal guy. It's killing our middle class, Vlad. Inflation is going through the roof, and it's going to kill people. I don't know how people survive today. I was at Safeway the other night, and I was going, holy mackerel. I mean, I have sticker shock, and I have a lot of money. You know what I mean? So just watch what Biden does, not what he says. That's what I'm upset about.